Jerry. Good morning, everyone. No. This is not the kind of vibe I want from you people. Me that I'm wearing all the colors that speaks brightness and light. Good morning, everyone. If you don't respond now, I'll start charging you people. Me, I like money. And you know Nigeria is hard now. So any opportunity to make money, I grab it. For the very last time, good morning, everyone. Good morning. That's better. That's better. Mom, you're not smiling. Thank you for that smile. My name is Nefisat Abdurrahman. I'm not your host, but I'm going to be your pre-host for the event. I'm sorry for keeping us all waiting. Nigerians and their African time. And I don't know where we are ever going to leave this behind because it's affecting everyone. Today is World Sickle Cell Day. But beyond that, there are a lot of things that have been happening. So one thing I want us to do is to smile. Smile and smile. I'm talking to these three beautiful ladies sitting in the front row. You know, whatever energy you give, everybody is going to receive it. I know you've been stressed, and once again, I apologize for that. I've introduced myself, and I think it's proper for each and every one of us to meet one another. I hope you don't mind if I start from you. Thank you.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Goodness Chinenye Uchendu, and it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
You people, what's up now? Okay, make I stop to dey speak English. Because even I say, una never ready for the program. Do we pause? You don't think so? It means it's a two-way thing. Do we pause? No. Somebody just introduce ourselves. See the fine names. And you people are not, nobody is doing, nobody is clapping. Okay, fake it till you feel it. Abi, fake that you're feeling it until you actually feel it, because I'm already in the mood and I'm feeling it. And I know that today is going to be a good day, irrespective of how it has started. But whatever happens, if you don't give that vibe, it's not going to be a good day. So please.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Hassan Fatima Abubakar, and I'm happy to be here. Nice meeting you all.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Theodora Otu. I was here last year, and I'm glad to be here again.
Okay, thank you. Can I be on my seat? Yes. All right, thank you. So, good morning, everyone. My name is Adeni Uchope, and I'm glad I'm here today. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Precious Ndubueze. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Joshua Ebobobe. I'm glad to be here.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jose Maria Atuona. It's nice to meet you all.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mariam Rabiu, and I am happy to be here.
Good day, everyone. My name is Ruth Chinyerungoku, and I'm happy to meet all of you. You're not clapping.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jeremiah Adewini. I'm happy to be here and happy to meet you guys.
Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Emmanuel, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. My name is Kenneth, and I'm glad to be here.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Zuleha Chata, and I'm happy to meet all these beautiful faces and handsome faces.
You see, it's the person that now praised you people that you are not clapping for.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Precious, and I'm so happy to be here too.
We have two precious people here. Sorry, ma. Should I dobale? I'm usually not like this. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Khadija Adam, and I'm happy to be here.
Okay, sickle cell. It's something we all hear about every day. It's something some of us have had experiences, either from ourselves, our siblings, our loved ones, and even people we don't know. It's a story we talk about every day, yet we don't talk about it enough. The fact that you're hitting a drum doesn't mean it's making the right sound. We are talking about it. How are we talking about it? When are we talking about it? And where are we talking about it? On a lighter note, I'm going to pass the mic around once more, and I want all of us to share the knowledge we have about sickle cell. Briefly. Oh, this is what I know about sickle cell. No, it's too serious for my liking. It's too serious for my liking because people have refused to smile. Let's play a game. So I'm going to start a statement. Whatever we say should be surrounding sickle cell. Everything we know about sickle cell. I'll make a statement. Wherever I stop, the next person starts. I told you people I like money. You people did not believe me. This is where the money comes in. So whoever breaks the jinx will pay 2K. Small money. God bless you, my sister. I'm starting from the back. I'm starting from the back. No now. So I start a statement. You start with my last word to make a statement. For example, sickle cell is a disease, but we refuse to fall for it. The next person I'll give the mic to will be like, it doesn't mean, or it is, or just make statements that make sense. So, because I know you people. Are we ready? Who be that person? 5K. That's. Some of us that are very intelligent. Don't worry. You see the way you call that intelligent? Wait, is that how he called it? Wait, is that how he called it? We are going to roll. That's the opposite of intelligent. Don't worry. That bros. You see? You don't talk to me. Hello, brother. Bring off the headphone. If you don't even understand the game, it's a problem. That's 10K. I like money. Are we ready? Please, where is the police officer here? We have a case already. We are here for Sickle Cell Day.
For Sickle Cell Day. Today. Okay, we're here for Sickle Cell Day.
Oh your God.
It's a day.
Yes, pen him down, please.
It's a day to celebrate all warriors.
2K. I start with day. You start with is. Give me my mic.
This King James version.
Two of them, please.
You stopped at day, yeah?
You don't leave.
Make her use broken, make the sentence bar.
Yes. English is English.
Wait, no, I'm not started. They. Okay, I'm starting now.
No, you have to pay 1K.
Book me. Day to raise awareness about the disease.
refusal is 10K. 5, 4, 2. Hey. Ash, pass the mic. Please collect his name. No, he did not even make attempt. That's 3K.
Okay. The disease causes pain.
Okay. The disease.
Where did you stop?
Disease.
So what did she say?
No second.
What did she say last?
Disease is the last word.
Already? I have a second chance.
Okay, she loves fine girls.
Thank you.
Hey, even with the second chance.
I'm trying to think. Disease. Okay.
Collect her name.
Disease is a sickness that affects.
Disease that can affect the nerve and organs.
You people are not even clapping. Plenty people are failing this game. I hope you know that because you are behind the camera does not mean you will not participate in this game. Okay.
Count.
4, 3, 2.
The blood and organs.
The blood and organs. Please. Oh. I like that. If coming late was a prize. We'll come back to you, don't worry.
All right. Organs affected or not, you are affected or not, whatever you want to think about sickle cell champions, you should think twice. Be sure you're supporting them. Be sure their pains do not feel exaggerated by you.
By you.
So I'm ending at you.
No, wait, have you finished?
Yep.
Are you sure?
You.
It's you I'm pity right now. You.
She's the next person.
No, she's not the next.
She's the next.
It's true. Somebody ran away. Hello. I don't even know what you're asking. You don't know what you're asking? Yeah,
She stepped down.
that is more.
She stepped down when you were talking about.
You are very lucky. But I've marked you people's face. Two of you.
You should ensure you don't stigmatize those living with sickle cell disease.
You.
He stopped at exaggeration.
No, he stopped at you. He stopped at you.
You?
Yes.
Really?
I think we need to vote. How many of us heard him stop at you?
It's you that ended it.
No,
I know where I stopped.
he did. He
I know
stopped
where I
at you.
stopped. I stopped at you.
Exaggerated by you.
Yes, he stopped at exaggerated by you.
So
Where did you stop?
Diseases.
We're about to diseases again.
Disease of sickle cell is not a death sentence.
Disease of sickle cell is not a good. You don't collect the mic. Collect the mic now. 5, 4, 3.
Okay. Sentence made like because you're a sickle cell patient, you cannot get married is a misconception.
Misconceptions about sickle cell should not be overlooked, and people should pay attention to these things in order to fight against it. Thank you.
Clap for them! See, I know they play with now. Now go clap, I no go clap. Come here. Come back to your position.
Me, I was doing registration.
It's not my business. Come. Ole. We'll do Ole. Thank you.
No,
Was it thank you?
Was it thank you?
Okay.
Well, thank you. That is the easiest.
Thank you for that beautiful one. It was a strong one, I must say. So today is not just a day we are marking on the calendar. It is a day we are observing and sharing and try to understand people fighting with sickle cell anemia. Thank you.
You are not nice. 5, 4.
Anemia is a disease called sickle cell that affects the blood.
Correct or no? The rule I stated it clearly that your statements must make sense. No, let's vote, please. Wait. That. Please vote. Does it make sense? If it makes sense, aye. If it doesn't make sense, say nay.
The nays have it.
The nays have it. Because you tried 1K. You two.
No, it's not. It's not. No, you said blood.
Blood.
Is it the blood of Jesus?
Five.
Blood type doesn't define you, and it actually is just okay. Okay, blood type doesn't define who you are. It's how you see yourself, how you are perceived, how confident you are in yourself. So be strong. That's what my message is to
Them. The strong, Abby.
Be
strong.
She said them.
I said them,
Them. That is the last one.
What is your last word? Is the them part of the stage?
Them. Like them it. So you start from them.
Be strong.
Them. Yes. Not the.
No, be strong. That's my message to them.
She said be strong. That is her message to them.
I mean, who did English for school? Which of the them are you using?
THEM. My message to them.
It's your turn now.
Them no say sickle cell no be crime.
Beautiful.
Cry.
Oh God.
Crying.
Should I? The crime is. I should just start with crime.
Yes,
crime. No. Crime.
How much is that money?
It's not making sense. I want to make a sentence.
Okay.
But
It's okay. We are here, huh? What do we call this? Odogures! Please, Keji, collect the remaining money. Collect other people that are owing you. All the debtors in the house, collect the money. Okay, so it's a game that if we've not heard anything about sickle cell before, I'm sure we have now, and we have an idea. And it's so funny how surrounding the statements we all made, we talked about stigmatization. And I think Nigeria is still at a point where we don't even know what stigmatization is. How the simplest of statements, the quick looks, the easy denials affect people going through things. How insensitive we can be sometimes. Like I said, I'm not your host,
I was just a pre-host, and I'm going to permit me to hand the mic over to the host of.
And let's jam those hands together for her once again. She's a broadcast journalist with Leadership Newspaper. Yeah, she works for the podcast studio, and she's event host extraordinaire. Forget what she just did. She's not pre-host. She just sets the ground for us to start on. All right, so officially, can we just turn and tell somebody close to you, say welcome. All right, turn to someone that you've not greeted before now and say welcome. Yeah, so this is Breaking the Stigma 2.0. There was an edition last year, and by God's grace, together we are gathered here again today for World Sickle Cell Awareness Day. And like she earlier said, it's not something that we actually give volume to. We talk about it, and it's more like we whisper about it. Yeah, we don't give the volume that it deserves. And she was saying that stigmatization is something that we need to knock the drum on, especially in this part of the world, because it's much more difficult in advanced countries. I think the weather is fairer for people living with sickle cell. But in this part of the world, it's not easy. Because before we grew to know about sickle cell, it was, okay, she's possessed, or he's possessed, or there's something wrong with him, or there's something wrong with her. When you have headache, the doctor tells you probably did stress yourself. When you're down with malaria, they say you got stung, like you got bitten by a mosquito. When you have cancer, they're tied to one habit or the other. But when you have sickle cell, it's totally not your fault. It's not something that you could control. It's not something that you brought upon yourself. So that's actually where I think the pain is. It is somebody suffering for something that they did not do, something that they cannot control, and something that they possibly do not have a cure over. And that is why we are all gathered here today, to give voice to it, to share experiences, to express ourselves, to learn, and to support ourselves. Yeah, because we may not be living with sickle cell, but I want to believe that we all have somebody living with sickle cell. I've lost tons of friends. I lost a secondary school classmate who was so dear to me. We were so close. And I didn't even know she was battling sickle cell until she died. And I'm happy that already we are breaking the stigma, because I'm going to hear sickle cell warriors, and I heard sickle cell champion. Let's put our hands together for ourselves. That's beautiful. My name is Ruth Chinyere-Nwoku, and I am your host for this event today. We're going to start with the national anthem. Media, please help us project the national anthem, because if I say more recite them now, we'll see that there's stigma. We are stigmatizing the national anthem on its own. So let's not murder our motherland. Media, please help us as we stand up for the national anthem. Okay. He said we should sit down. Let's give him a few minutes. They are getting set. How many minutes would it take, please? 60 seconds. Oh, that's fair. So I said I had a friend who I lost to sickle cell. We were in secondary school. And then for the longest period of time, I did not recover. And then I got into university, and there's this lady in church, Joy. And it's how sometimes we don't know what people are battling with until somebody had to point and say, okay, this lady, this is what she's, somehow we do that sometimes. We say, look at her very well. And sometimes when we look at, it's not typical, this person is not slim, this person is not looking malnourished in any way, this person is healthy, this person is trying to thrive. So it is now us, now bringing pain where there seems to be no pain, because sometimes it is that stigma that we portray that actually now brings a problem in the life of that person. Because normally this is somebody who knows what she's going through or he's going through and is trying to manage it. Okay, all right, so let's stand up for the national anthem as we start. So let's put our hands together as we make welcome the CEO of Miromi Creations, Daniel Ojo, for his welcome address. And he's represented, just keep standing up if you're representing him now. Let me know. Put your hands together for Miss Katie as she gives the opening address on behalf of Daniel Ojo.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, distinguished guests, partners, understanding team members, warriors, friends, and of course, the media and press. My name is Khadija Adam, and I've been honored by the CEO Miromi Creations to give this welcome and opening remarks. He stated, "Ma'am, today he is not just observing the sickle cell, but rather we're here to share in stories, deepen movement, and as well as raise voices." Sickle cell is not just a medical condition. It's not just a medical condition that involves treatment, but it's also understanding, it's also a treatment that involves us understanding what the sickle cell patients. Sickle cell being a journey for those who are infected by it, it's already too bad that these people are being stigmatized. It's bad enough that we see them as the weaker vessel, so to say. So it's even already bad to them that they find themselves not being able what the normal person does. They are normal too. The way we have stigmatized them, they're not normal. Their blood is affected. So for every blood drop, there is a story behind it. And these stories should be heard. Not just be heard, the stories should be understood and at the same time be honored. So at Miromi Creations, we are committed to breaking these barriers, building an awareness, and supporting the warriors. So we are enjoying all of us to let's put this awareness into action, take this action into hopes. And maybe one day we can have a word where I can come in for a job interview, and when I tell you my genotype is SS, you don't have to tell me, no, you can do this job. Let's hope that someday when I am among my mates playing the football or probably something that has to do with energy, I don't have to be told, no, you should take a rest. I'm a teacher, and I've had a parent call in and say, please, my child shouldn't go to the pitch to play football. He pleaded, please, I want to go. But I couldn't allow it. Why? The mother has said, no, because she see him as probably something is going to happen, I'm going to have to spend a lot. In fact, she refused to feel it, that the boy is SS. It's not her fault. She's only shy of his genotype. This man didn't bring himself into the world. This could have been prevented. So Miromi is just here to turn these hopes of avoiding stigmatization someday into action. Thank you for joining us. And the CEO, Mr. Daniel, says thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Miss Katie. And to keep the ground rolling, we are going to be inviting somebody for the keynote address. The person that we are inviting is somebody who is quite experienced. He's a public health researcher, a non-profit leader and social impact advocate with over 10 years of experience across healthcare, community development, and sustainable development in Nigeria and internationally. He currently serves as the Director of Monitoring and Evaluation at the Resilience Communities Building Initiative, RCBI. He is the co-founder of Health Talk Africa, a platform dedicated to promoting health literacy across undeserved popularity. Let's put our hands together as we make welcome for our keynote address this morning, Ogenekeno Joshua Ekpo Pobe. Let's put our hands together for him, please. Let's keep clapping until he comes.
Good morning, everyone. So today happens to be World Sickle Cell Day. So it's a day that has been set aside to commemorate with those who are living with sickle cell disease. And we call them champions or warriors. So we celebrate all of them today. So I've been mandated to give a keynote address on living with sickle cell in Nigeria, health, hope, and a way forward. I stand before you today with a deep sense of honor to address all of you. And this is something that I am passionate about. Like our host rightly said, we've had friends or families who are living with sickle cell. Some have passed on, and the ones that are alive, they are champions who we keep on supporting every day. So sometimes I used to tell myself that I'm a little close to being an SS, because my genotype is AS, so who knows. So to kickstart the keynote address, I want to first of all say that sickle cell disease, as we rightly know, is not a new conversation, but the silence around it is quite deafening. Most times we don't get to talk much about sickle cell disease because of the associated stigma. People have negative perceptions or view about those who are SS or living with sickle cell. But it shouldn't be so, because in our silence, that's where stigma continues to thrive. So I must commend Mirror Me Creation in partnership with the Bunker for this excellent event we're having today. Thank you very much. The reality of sickle cell disease is very glaring. Nigeria has the highest burden of sickle cell disease globally, accounting for 33% of the global burden of sickle cell. And approximately 24% of the Nigerian population live with the mutant gene. That's for sickle cell. That makes up about 2% and 3% of the Nigerian population who comes up with the sickle cell disease. Yearly, we have about 150,000 babies who are born with sickle cell disease. And out of this number, more than half of them die before their 5th birthday. So this is something that is very painful and tragically, but it's something that we can still avoid. So this is not just a health crisis, but is an injustice. And we all need to put our heads together to address this, talk more about it, and ensure that we give a voice to those who are living with sickle cell disease. So for many living with sickle cell disease, it is a struggle. The constant pains, unimaginable pains they face, the financial constraints from their parents, from guardians, and from they themselves, those who are already adults and are working. Then the limited social support. We have a lot of clubs for different things, even social clubs. And many of these clubs are for sickle cell champions or warriors, so that we can give them that social cohesion and integration that they all deserve. Not to talk of discrimination in schools, in workplaces, and in our social gatherings, even in romantic relationships. Many suffer in silence. Some are called possessed. Some are called lazy, that something is wrong with you. It's not of their own making. So it's important that as we celebrate World Sickle Cell Day, we should be there for those who are living with this disease and give them the support that they all need. And it shouldn't be just today, June 19th. It should be an everyday thing. So as defined by World Health Organization, health is a state of a complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Like as I've rightly said before, some common health challenges that are faced by those who are living with sickle cell are the chronic pain and crisis. They become anemic, which is as a result of the breakdown of their red blood cells that are sickled in nature. Then they come down with malaria and other illnesses easily due to their weakened immune system. And then sometimes pneumonia, which can be life-threatening. Not to mention the mental health impacts due to how people address them, how people make them feel the stigma and discrimination. And it is good that this event is about breaking the stigma. But even in pain, there is strength, which is the hope. Even in despair, there is hope. Across Nigeria, I've met sickle cell warriors, both young and old, who live each day with courage. They push through school, they push through work, and even in relationships. They fall, they rise, they inspire. They are not broken, they are resilient. There is hope in the progress of science, from hydroxyurea to bone marrow transplant to genetic therapy, gene therapy, where you can correct the genes. And then research is continually being made to ensure that there is breakthrough in science for sickle cell disease. There's also hope in the power of community. And Mirror Me Creation is a testament to that. Supports organizing an event like this to address sickle cell disease. There's hope in public awareness. More people getting tested, get to know your genotype early, and more conversations around this. There is hope in our collective will when we say enough is enough to discrimination, silence, and neglect. Hope is not blind optimism. It is waking up with pain in your chest and still saying, I am still here. So what is the way forward? First, policy must rise to the occasion. Among the speakers for today, I saw that there is the Assistant Director from the Federal Ministry of Health. The Federal Ministry of Health and its allied agency must take firm, make sure that when it comes to policy surrounding sickle cell disease, they are upfront. We need nationwide screening for newborn babies as they are being given birth to. And then for NHIS, we should include sickle cell disease in the NHIS package. I know which is already been done, but states should also ensure that they take charge of this also. Then we should ensure that we equip our hospitals and clinics with qualified personnel. Secondly, we must educate our communities to let them know that sickle cell disease is not a crime, is not a death sentence. We all must be aware. We must take charge and educate one another. We should introduce sickle cell clubs in our schools, even starting from the primary schools, secondary, and then to the tertiary institutions. Then we should challenge superstitions with science and compassion. Then thirdly, every Nigerian must take personal responsibility. Know your genotype. Stop discrimination in employment, housing, and dating. Support those living with sickle cell disease, not with pity, but with dignity. And lastly, we must listen. Warriors don't need sympathy. They need support, structure, and a space to thrive. To everyone here today, this is your call to action. To break the stigma is not just to speak. It is to act, to reform, to embrace, and to empower. To the warriors here, you are not weak. You are not less than how you should be. You are an embodiment of resilience. To our leaders and health professionals, the time for half measures is over. Let us build systems that protect, not punish, those living with sickle cell. Let us build a Nigeria where no child suffers in silence, where no youth is shamed for their genotype, and where hope is not a luxury, but a right. Let us break the stigma once and for all. Thank you, and God bless you.
Please let's keep clapping until he sits down. All right, let's give him an American clap. No, we didn't get it. Let's give him an American clap. Yeah, keynote speaker sounds like a politician, just that he doesn't have the stomach. So if you add the stomach now, he's probably going to come out for presidency and win. It's a criteria, sir, so work on your stomach. All right, so to whom much is given, much is expected. And you know what baffled me the most when he was talking is that Nigeria has the highest number of sickle cell patients globally, and that is so alarming. Yeah, meaning that if we start doing head counts, we have so much. And the painful thing is, it feels like other countries who have lesser of these problems actually give it voices more than we give it. So this is a call to know that we have more of these people around us and we have a whole lot of work to do because we have them. He also mentioned something about romantic relationships, and anybody who is AS, he said he is AS, and he feels like he's one step ahead of being sickle cell. But if you're AS, then you would understand the struggle, because even having a relationship is a struggle. Yeah? I love you sounds like, what is your genotype, first of all? Is a criteria. It's not if you love the person first. Now, we are not talking about the person's nationality or the language. We are talking about, is your genotype compatible? Let's put our hands together once again for our keynote speaker. Come on, let's clap like we're happy. All right, next we are going to be taking spoken word rendition by somebody who is sensational with her craft and her gift. She's a creative writer, performing artist, and an economist. She's widely known for public speaking and her performance in spoken words. She loves to describe herself as a woman after God's heart. She has a bachelor's degree and is currently pursuing her master's. And one of her most recent performances has won her awards and various recognition. The name of this performance is Bloody Civilian. Let's put our hands together as we welcome Chinenye Uchendu for spoken word rendition on breaking the stigma. Let's keep clapping until she gets here, please. Let's keep clapping until she gets here.
All right, good morning, everybody, once again. My name is Goodness, and I will be doing a spoken word about a young girl called Mori. Sorry, hope we don't have any Mori here.